kit review is of a very old model kit, the Revell Harrier. It's the vertical takeoff and landing used by the US Marines and the Royal Air Force. It's a 1/32 scale model. It's quite large. It's a large box. It's 17 inches long. It's an old box. It's definitely seen its day. But here you can see some of the details of the plane. Some additional details there. Well, let's have a look inside. As you can see, our decals have suffered a little bit. Looks like it got wet, and part of the instructions are probably somewhere here. And so we'll have to see if those are actually salvageable. They might be, because it looks like some of the stuff is coming off. Just old paper on top, so probably when we soak them we might be able to get them off. So those are our decals. Some details there. They're not in bad shape, but probably better served if you're just going to get some new ones. Let's have a look here. So first of all, here's our it's the front of the canopy here, and looks like the back here as well. Here are our wings. Now, it doesn't have very long wings to begin with, but as I said, it's an old kit, so these are all raised panel lines, and the plastic's a little older, a little more brittle, but still reasonable shape. We do have some flashing here from the molds, and then these are our rocket pods here. We've got our pilots with not too bad detail, it's reasonable, and we've got our fuel pods here. Here we have the underside of the wing that's coming off already, and all raised panel lines. Some flashing there as well. Here's our, this must be our tail. Here's the cockpit and the ejection seat. We'll have to look to see, this must be some part of the fuselage. We'll look and see what those parts are for. And then we have some rockets. These are the fronts of the rockets. They come out there. Got a lot of sprues here to look at. I need to take them out in pieces. So here we have stabilizers. That's the other side. This part fits in there. For our nose wheel well, there's really nothing in there. No detail. Here are the air intakes on the sides. Wheel well covers. It's probably part of our canopy. Slides backwards and forwards. Here are our gear and nose, I guess, and possibly parts of the pods. So over here we have the, wow, look at that, that's large. These are the thrusters. Here it goes in there, comes out the side. It's the other side of it. Here's our main fuselage. Very large. Not sure what that's supposed to be. It looks like probably just flashing. Here we have our nose wheel and our turbine. And then these are our thruster or vectoring jets to be able to go VTOL. There's our instrument panel, which is blank. It's a little disappointing. Here's the other side of the fuselage. And lots of little pieces here. We've got our main gear. So this plane had main gear and side gear. It came out the tips of the wings with the main gear, and then a nose gear as well. So all these are raised panel lines. I'm not sure what that's for. You've already seen our decals and some details about the plane. Here we have the colors needed. We've got our parts listings. We start off with building the air ducts and our air intake. Next we've got our pilot and then cockpit. So it looks like the decal will go on there. It's a little disappointing. Next our pilot is put in his seat, and we build the canopy. We mount the cockpit and our air intakes inside the fuselage. The fuselage is then assembled. And this must be part of our, actually not sure what that part is. Looks like part of our air intakes, but maybe it'll come from underneath. Next our air intake cowls are put on, as well as the side panels and thrust vectoring. Our wings are built, tail and stabilizer are built. Next our main gear, sorry, our nose gear is built and put on, and main gear is inserted. And we have there's the rails that are put on. There's the two different options, I guess, depending on what it's going to carry. We've got some wing wheels, and next our pylons and weapon systems are built. And lastly, so that's our air brake and additional little pieces onto the main body. Here are the it's painting a decal guide. We've got two different options here. So all in all, large model, level of detail is not that great, but this could be a fun build.